trip down under, and this tournament hasn't been for you just yet. Five Aussies have tried but failed at the first hurdle. Brandon Weening, the number 4 seed, is looking to try and make it. 6th time lucky, a 3-time tournament winner this year. The Ivy Hampton Memorial, Billy Hill Memorial and Pacific Masters. He's looking to follow in the footsteps of his dad, Wayne, who made many appearances here in years gone by. And while it's not been a great few days for the Aussies, it's been a wonderful few days for the Japanese, with Mayumi Uchi winning her first match in the women's tournament against Lorraine Hyde. And Jun Matsuda overcame Jordan Brooks in what was regarded as a surprise result, but shouldn't be too surprised that he showcased his ability. Former winner of the Japan Open. Maybe a player who we underestimated in the build-up. The next 2 games feature 2 Australians, so we thought we'd get an Australian back in the commentary box. The guru, Raymond Smith, is here to see if Brandon Weening can finally give those down under some joy this tournament.
Yeah, we're definitely overdue, but this will be a good little test for Brandon. Brandon likes to get on with it. He's a very fast player, whereas Jun is very methodical. But Brando comes from a very experienced lineage, as you said, with his father Wayne playing here several times. And Brandon can be a fast starter, so.
135.
I think the first few visits will give an indication of where his headspace is, how confident he feels, whether there might be any tension in the arm. The opening salvo of 135 is promising.
As I said in the earlier commentary with Howard's game as well, one thing that we have noticed with our Aussies is the very slow start. We've come good during the middle, but it's the slow start that's hurting us. Brendan is a fast starter, so hopefully he can turn the tide for us here. But, there's no good starting if you're not going to finish, so fingers crossed he can put together the game that we're looking for. Matsuda's all over it at the moment, just not straight. Brendan's going to have to look for a switch, or does he? And down to 16s. No. He's had a look at the scoreboard and thought ride the rhythm.
Yeah, he might as well. Even at 180 wouldn't leave Matsuda on a finish. Fairly slow start for the 53-year-old.
It was a fairly slow start in his first one as well, so he probably just waiting, find his gauge.
32.
First blip for Brando. Brando coming from the Geelong Darts Club down there in Australia, so you would have heard of players. Harley Kemp's played here. Tick Bridge, who was known as the Barney Slayer. Reese Mathewson. Many a great player coming from the Geelong Dart Club. Brendo's doing the opposite of the other Australians, starting well and tailoring off in the middle. Jun Matsuda, it's a lovely set. Put the pressure on the 88.
Might only get 1 dart at the bull. No, it'll be 2 at double 14. That's a confident start for Brandon Weening. It's the monkey off his back. He's got his first leg at the first attempt. 17 darter, he can be really pleased with that.
He played the stage finals on the finals day of the World Cup last year, and he come off the stage and thought, oh, I got a little bit nervous there, but he took a lot of experience, and I think it showed in that one there. He played a smart game there. He didn't try to muck around with the 266. He was clinical on his doubles.
140.
Another fast start.
What he doesn't want to do is allow Jun many darts at the outer ring, because that was the most impressive part of his display against Jordan Brooks, hitting nearly 50% of his doubles.
Yeah, absolutely. You saw in that first leg, we blinked and looking at Brendo coming down to take the double, but and all of a sudden there's pressure on that 88. So we're not staying focused here. Jun can sneak up on you. And then the second set of the other day, Jun played fantastic.
140.
I'm loving the sound that Brendan's darts are making at the moment. He's confident. It's a nice full throw. Jun,
100.
Jun is playing solid on his own walk.
It's always a good sign when the darts hit the board with a real thud. Shows that they're going in with authority, with purpose.
It also shows you're relaxed and you've got a rhythm, because if you get that little bit of tension in your hands, you don't get the flow through and the release. And when you don't get that flow through and the release, that's when it gives it a light sound and you're more prone to deflections and bounce outs. Tops on for Jun.
100.
And Brando on the 170. We've seen a few players threaten this week.
164, the biggest checkout we've seen. That was from Laszlo Kadar against Hannah Schneer this afternoon.
122.
It's two big trebles, so puts pressure on double 10.
No score.
Brendo's first opportunity to nick one against the walk. Bit of a rush.
36.
Unsuccessful readjustment.
With that 48, you want to see a big dart inside, nice and comfortable. That was a little high. And Jun's line here.
Jun Matsuda.
Jun's line seems just to be a little bit wayward on the side of the boards, but at the top, his weight, the weights he's throwing is fantastic.
Uncharacteristic, given how well he played on the doubles against Jordan Brooks. Tough task ahead for the winner of this game, because it's the
42.
Irishman Shane McGurk next up, who's been the standout player in the men's tournament by far.
Yeah, he's been red hot, and it's we're hoping it's Brando, because that'll be a fantastic game to watch for both speed and scoring power. But obviously Brando's got to put it on the board first. But I think Jun's got a fair bit to say about that at the moment.
41.
It's a great set. Strong darts. Set up the first one nice and high and then just brought it down.
That was nicely chucked by Brandon Weening.
43.
I mean, you'll have spoken to him at points, I'm guessing, during the week. Is he feeling confident ahead of his Lakeside bout?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's been here for a few weeks. He's played in the Portsmouth leagues. He's getting some local experience under his belt through local connections and so on. You know, he knows a lot of the players that are already here. He knows what he's up against. So it's a wonderful shot from Jun. Late in the leg. Window was 78, 54 out. Or is he looking at 42?
It's the more conventional way.
38.
Brendo obviously staying with Simon and Mason Whitlock, getting some good practice in there. Mason's in the crowd tonight. Well, that's enough.
60.
Went for the right tactic for the setup. Tops for Brendo and time on.
Double 10.
Back in front. Fourth leg is good to throw first. Game on.
Two comfortable holds of throw. good thing is with Brandon Weening practicing and staying with the Whitlocks, it's a real hotbed of darts in the UK. There's loads of competitions in the Hampshire area that he can play in. So even though Jun has got the match practice on the Lakeside stage, Brandon has still been playing competitive darts.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that when we're talking about Danny, about the preparation, how to prepare. Brendan's got that because you're preparing with Simon, who's got all the secrets. He's got the little book of tricks and how different practice routines, different times, different sleeping patterns, and so on, especially for the late sessions. So pretty much all the hard work that Danny's got to do himself at the moment, Brendan's got like a cheat guide, one from his father, or two from the support network he's got there.
It's not about what you know, it's about who you know.
Absolutely. Anytime you can shortcut experience, take it.
Simon Whitlock, a former runner-up on the Lakeside stage, losing to Mark Webster in 2008. He's gone on to have a spellbinding career.
Brenda's got a real opportunity here. Just keep these ones straight. Try and pull a triple if we can. 140 would be lovely.
44.
That gives Jun the impetus here. He can come back with a 140 and be the front runner for this leg. That's a great shot, great timing. A lot of pressure on this 136 now. Leaves the awkward one.
103.
Leaves a shot that might have to be taken on the bullseye.
If he gets a shot. Well, this is a 90 that has to go. This may be our first set win. Fingers crossed. Seems very focused here. Great day.
Game time of the first set, Brandon Weening.
Excellent shot from Brandon. Made it look easy, and even though the percentage play is to go for the treble, to leave an awkward double 15, it's one that can provide problems if you go inside. So he went at it aggressively, which is good to see.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't. The worst case scenario there is you split the double, and you don't want to do that. You want to at least have two bites at the cherry.
91.
But yeah, everyone would love to get it out of the way first start. But it's not the job's not over yet. His scoring power that's put him into some good positions has to be maintained, because Jun, as I said, has been keeping pace. He hasn't been too far behind in these legs, especially when Brandon's playing well. Brandon with 2 Australian caps to his name. He's played in the World Cup. He would have played in these environments. He's played on stage in the World Cup. So he can win games. He can win games on the international scene. He can win big games as well. So a little dead spot. But Jun just seems to be going about things in his own pace. He's very comfortable. He's very relaxed. And that's probably the most dangerous player that you could play.
140.
Sets up an easy finish.
He doesn't look like the easiest player to fluster or flummox, does he?
Yeah, no, he's. It's much like Jeter the other day. They're just dancing to their own tune. They're very comfortable in what they're doing. They know what their process is. They know what works for them, and they're just going to stay in that little groove. You can't take them out of it.
Will he go for the bull? Well, he did.
105.
Wasn't necessary, but he was confident enough.
Good man. Man after my own heart. But again, it comes down to what are you comfortable? You know, how have you been trained? Have you been taught? If aggression is in your nature, then that's what you have to do.
35. Junior required 25.
Double A.
Game to the first leg. Jun Matsuda.
14 dart leg
Second
there.
leg is Brandon to throw first. Game on.
Brando's fast starting is sort of gone a bit quiet at the moment. Jun's picking up the pace for him.
100.
Brandon was comfortable in the first set, but the average is beginning to close up a bit. Brandon around 86. Jun 5 points behind on 81.
And this is the, I suppose, the disadvantage for Australia is because we don't play any set play at home. So trying to get used to set play, and I think I called it earlier in the week. You know, we're sending sprinters to marathons, and it's not helping us. Hopefully we at the end of this week, we'll Darts in Australia will go back and have a look at our formats and try and help us prepare a little bit better for these. But yeah, fatigue can set in so quickly, and from anywhere. You know, you get that first set under the belt and you think, oh, it's over. You know, I can coast from here, but it's not going to win your tournaments. But
you've played both leg format and set format. I mean, other than the distance, what would you say are the key differences?
85.
I'm just trying to understand where you are, because you could be playing really well. Like, remember the game I played against Gert de Vos? I lost 3-2, 3-2, 3-2, so technically we're 9-6. But there was critical points in there where I got to 2-0 down, then brought the two legs back, and then all of a sudden the game's over, and then you got to, the set's over, and then the pressure starts again. So there's that release of pressure, and then there's the reapplication of pressure. So it's you're always constantly on. Whereas now in later years, I've learned that there's got to be periods within the game that you need to rest. You know, you get tired, you can mentally talk yourself out of it. You can't throw 100% of your capacity 100% of the time. It's just not possible. But in set format or shootout format, best of 9, you can go hard for 9 legs because the scoreline is there. You know, when you get to 5 or 4-0 up, for argument's sake, or 4-1 or 4-2, you know where you can and can't take a break.
100.
And then there's the changing of the walk between sets, so you can go away 2 legs in a row, and it just plays you with that little bit when you're not used to it.
36.
Set play always regarded as a bit more psychological than leg play, which is self-explanatory. Brandon Weening steps up to hit 96. That leaves 81.
57. 24.
72. Junior required 40.
To go 2-0 up in a return set with a walk. And again, uncharacteristic after the first game.
Leaves double 16.
24.
Brandon has an opportunity to come back.
Brandon, you require 24.
Only going to be a hold of throw, but it would feel like a break because Jun was in charge of this leg. Doesn't matter how winning legs come by, as long as you win them.
Third leg, Jun to throw first. Game on.
And a message from a former Lakeside player, Tori Kiwis. Hope you're doing well.
60.
Former, I think she was a doubles partner with Brendan. Definitely teammates. Very fine player in her own right. It's a great shot from Brendan.
140.
It's an opportunity now to run away with this leg. having said that, Jun's played some fantastic chasing darts.
100.
It's a good time for it. Seems to find the big shot when he needs it in a leg.
He whistles in the crowd, didn't help
85.
Brandon.
Yeah. That could be a telling miss. That's a great set.
136.
Brendo, so that miss from Jun on that last dart is going to be. Will it be a deciding factor in this leg? It will.
Well, the best players are ruthless and they jump over mistakes that their opponents make.
38.
Sloppy setup, so Brandon Weening to break and then have to throw for a 2-set lead. How quickly things can change. He's got to hit it first. Double 5.
30.
Gives Jun an opportunity to come back. Those are the shots you've got to take. Those can come back to haunt you in the end.
Three scored, so can he sit that on top, go for bull? No, he goes treble 20 for double 15. We've seen Brandon Weening hit this. Just seen Jun Matsuda hit it.
And again, doing his own thing in his own time and looking comfortable doing it. Brandon's back on the start. It's a great shot.
91.
Jun just staying solid, doing his thing. Brandon needs to keep the scoring pressure on.
100.
Great darts. Again, keeps the pressure on Brandon to keep going. Just let him know if you slip up, I'm here, I'm waiting.
100.
Brandon's answering the challenge at the moment.
You must stay straight to leave a finish.
125. Brandon will require 124.
60 right at the start. There's an opportunity now. Brendo's got to set up and put some pressure back on.
78. You'll require 145.
I'm not too sure about the choice to go for the 16s.
It might have been a miscount there. 45 now. No, he went 57. I thought after his shot at 30, he would have been confident on that side of the board.
Brandon, you require 46.
Another shot that has to go.
Double 16.
Just a step inside there. Adjust the line.
14. You'll require 52.
And this is what Jun's done so well this whole game, is just played within himself, sat in the pocket, waited for the shot. When the shots come, he's taken it.
He's taken it to win the second set. So as we go into the break, a game in which Brandon has probably been the better of the two players, but Jun has stuck in there. And he has ensured that it is a level game, a finally boys one. Brandon Weening won, Jun Matsuda won. So we now play to a finish. Brandon Weening is looking to become the first Aussie to win at Lakeside this week. And he's done something that none of the previous ones have done. He's managed to take a set. But Jun Matsuda roared back in the second one. Certainly improved his scoring, and the doubling was more characteristic of what we saw from him against Jordan Brooks. Brandon's definitely got the greater scoring power of the two, but he has been wasteful at times. There's only been one leg in which he's not had a dart to take it. So he's creating opportunities for himself, and if he just tidies that up, Raymond, he should have the tools to go on and win.
Yeah, absolutely. But at the moment, Jun's just doing everything right. Where if he's getting outplayed or outscored, he's just doing the technical things right. He's waiting on the shot. He gets the shot. He takes it. But when you're playing well, and as we said, Brandon's scoring well, and he'd be thinking he's scoring well, just needs to clean up his doubles. But when you're so focused in that scoring phase, of that scoring mentality, you sort of take your eyes off the scoreboard, and then all of a sudden you're thinking, oh, I'm coming back for 32 or something, and then the caller calls game shot, and you're like, where did that come from?
135.
Did he keep pace with me? And you sort of forget that you've burnt 3 to 6 darts at a double, or you messed up the setup shot. And that's and start playing on your mind then.
84.
When you're up on the hockey, do you play the board or do you play the opponent, or is it a mixture of both?
I've never looked at an opponent. I don't think about them at all. Always play the board. So I'm stuck in my own little process, and I use the numbers to my advantage. I'm always trying to find a way to pick up an extra dart. So whether it's using bull or putting myself in better scoring positions, whatever I try and do, I try and keep myself in a position where I can throw as straight as possible for as long as possible, because that's where you spend most of your practice. So if I start thinking about my opposition, what he does, then if he's having a bad day, I'm going to bring my level down. If he's having an absolute blinder and I'm trying to keep pace with him, I'm not going to stick into my process. But sometimes it does get tough, and things just get into your head.
100.
It's a solid setup for Brendan.
You require 123.
But these the shots that Jun has been pretty good on. The 3 dart combinations that don't require 2 triples.
Need a treble 18 to have a chance at taking it on the ball. He's getting himself in front for the first time in this match.
55.
Brandon took out 88 in the very first leg. And it was a pop, treble 20, double 14. This will be a different route.
The bull.
63. Junior requires 68.
Treble 20 we're out. No, 36. I think he did this last time as well. It's a high miss. Has he miscounted there?
58.
That's
Looks
a
like he
miscount.
has. Yes.
Brandon, you require 25.
Initially disagreeing, I think, with our referee, Christian Sorensen, but the Dane is correct. Brandon Weening takes full advantage of Jun Matsuda's miscount.
Second leg is going to throw first. Game on.
Did he think he had 52 left? Hit then treble 12 to leave double 8.
I'm not entirely sure. I mean, if you hit the 68 and you're like, it's simple math. Yeah, but I mean, what was the process leading into the shot? Like normally you've got the way of 3 rule. You walk up there if you're on 68. Okay, I'm going to go 60 double 8. If you hit 20, I'm going to hit 16 32. You know, if you hit 20, then you hit the 16. So you know where you are. You know what you're doing. You have it all mapped out. But if you hit the 36, you've got to tell yourself, okay, then I've got 32 left, but somewhere along the lines there, may have had some Jose de Souza moments there.
140.
Maybe a slight lack of concentration from Jun. these extended games do see the two players go off for 5 minutes for a break, and sometimes they can help you lose your concentration.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's where all your processes, your setup, your planning has to come to the fore.
58.
Looks to have rattled Jun a bit here. His first half's been a bit off.
40.
That's where Brandon needs to take advantage and step in, especially at 1-up and potentially throwing for the next leg for the set.
60.
Doesn't capitalise. But this is where you see so many of the elite players, they get that opportunity, they just step in on it.
46.
There's another opportunity now.
It's been a very poor scoring leg from Jun, apart from the first visit.
100. Junior require 170.
So Brennan's consistently getting himself to 88, so some things in there working, some things not quite.
60.
The scoring's been solid.
Junior require 88.
Repetition that a lot of darts players crave. Bullseye again.
43.
Some way
Junior
north.
require 110.
It's one of those moments you probably sort of step back. The 18 was really high. Yeah, step back and refocus, re-gauge.
78.
32, that's a great route for 110, my preferred route. So many options. But a must-hit shot now. It's a bit low, reset.
Junior require 32.
Was a great shot there with the overhead. You see the line was good, just a little bit low.
Second leg. Jun Matsuda.
There was 3 or 4 opportunities in there where Brennan could have taken just one good shot, could have really set up the leg. Just on the wire.
100.
Well, Brandon's hit less than a quarter of his darts at double. I mean, a percentage you want to aim for is, you'd say, around 40 to 50%. If you're hitting 40 to 50% of your doubles, you're going to win more darts matches than not.
Yeah, absolutely. When you're under 20, 25%, that's when, like I can talk about the game against Jamie Hughes when I played in the PDC. I looked at all of his stats, and as soon as I saw that percentage, when we got up on stage and we were playing and I was ahead in the leg, I'm thinking, I'm ahead here, but I've also got an opportunity because at 25% and his seasonal statistics, I'm going to be okay. So when you're a mile ahead in the scoring, for argument's sake, you're less stressed, you're more comfortable to build into your shot. Don't get me wrong, Jamie's scoring power is phenomenal and really, really hard to keep pace with. But if you can keep pace with it, you have that little bit of a boost in confidence.
Jun's doubling is around 30%, which is some way off what he performed against Jordan Brooks, but it's marginally better than Brandon's.
Yeah, but Jun's playing the more straighter dart, the more solid dart. When Brendan's playing well, Jun's sitting in the pocket. He's just waiting for the opportunity. When the opportunity comes, he's taking it. And as we saw in that last leg, Brendan was presented with 4 opportunities and didn't jump on either of them. So even when it's not going well, and this is where we're talking about A game versus B game previously, your B game's got to be that where you can still keep pace. You're not going to be blowing people off the board, but you can still keep pace and wait for that shot. When the shot comes, that's when you have to take it.
Junior require 160.
The one thing Brendan did do well in the World Cup was take those shots, take those opportunities.
86.
It's a nice pick up there from Jun.
Brandon, you require 90.
Bull route.
I think he has to.
One to sit on top of. Don't look at it as an obstruction, look at it as an opportunity.
49. Junior requires 74.
And he had to change his stance on the hockey.
Yeah. 20 for tops.
34.
And again, Brandon's in a position where he has to hit.
Tens times on the Lakeside stage. Double 16. Weening's in front again. It's a very difficult game to call. Coin toss at this stage.
This would be the time I'd just like to see Brandon put one solid leg together. You know, it's a critical time, it's a critical point here against the arrows. And Jun's given him the opening now. This is where you have to jump on it. You have to take this opportunity. That's a great start. Those are the type of shots we need.
They call you the guru for a reason. He must have been listening.
If that's the case, I'm going to jump down there and keep talking to every Aussie that plays from now on through the game.
Second 180 for Brandon.
Yeah, but Jun again has just hit the ton behind him. Staying patient. If Brendan blobs here, which he has, a ton, and then from Jun, a ton only, and Jun's in a favourable position.
100.
He's hit the ton, so this is where we're saying, like, Jun's at the moment, he's got the momentum. He's keeping his momentum going, where Brendan's hit a big one to start, and he's only 26 in front. For advantage, he's got three darts ahead, but
97.
needed to pick up there. But this is where scoreboard pressure can start to get a bit funny, because you're not thinking about how many darts you're throwing, how many darts your opposition's thrown. You're just looking at the score. How is he so close? I've thrown 180. You know? He hasn't thrown anything special. That's a good over for the 18.
138.
And these are the setup shots that we need. This has been a great leg from Brandon. Again, Juns just keep coming. That's a great setup. Bit of thinking music for Brandon.
Pressure's on to take tops.
Yeah, I'm feeling it has to go. That's a great shot.
Into the third set. Brandon Weening.
So when he jumps on his opportunities, he's in a good position.
Game on.
That's exactly the kind of good solid leg he needed, and important. It was against the darts and it secured the third set as Brandon Weening leads 2-1. 3 more legs and he books his place in round 3.
Looks like he's on a run at the moment. He's got his second win. So far in this game, I've got to say, I'm very impressed with the way Jun is playing. And I think it's a testament to the work that's happening over in Japan darts at the moment. And it's predominantly a soft tip region, and I was blown away. In 2016, I went to one of the shopping centres there when we were preparing for the Asia Pacific Cup, and there's a soft tip tournament happening in the middle of a shopping centre. I was like, this is insane. But everywhere you go, there's soft tip darts everywhere. And so some of the best players in the world in the soft tip side come from the Japanese region. But you never see many of them make the jump over to steel tip. Obviously, we've had Yamiuchi, who's won the World Cup singles. So there's a tentative shot here. gives Brendan an opportunity.
You'd say Japan's most successful darting export has been Mikuru Suzuki.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I watched Mikuru Suzuki in that same Asia Pacific Cup in 2016.
171.
Absolutely annihilate most people.
Check, last score was 135.
So, played Corinne Hammond in the final in the Asia Pacific Cup and was just next level, unbelievable. You've also got players, one player I played in the soft tip tournament, Yuki Yamada, who's played on the PDC. He was phenomenal. When he got onto a groove, I just sat back and watched and just applauded at the end of it. And Brendan's gone for the 16 round on 104.
Which is advisable to do, because if you miss either side, as Brandon did, you've still got a shot.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm still old school. I've got to go the 18 route. Things can't change, unfortunately. Can't teach an old dog new tricks.
Darts players, creatures of habit.
Absolutely.
88.
But again, Brandon,
you require 56.
he's on a shot here, and he has to take it. Another combination shot he has to take. And he's taken it.
On the first day, Brandon Weening.
So he has the break.
Important dart.
Second leg, it's
A
Brandon.
testament to Brandon's composure. He missed the big number. He knew then he was only going to have one dart at double.
Yeah, and like Brendan plays at a rapid rate, so it was good to see him step back and just take a breath, rebalance, refocus.
125.
But as I said, it just seems he's got his second wind at the moment.
As I mentioned, the winner of this will take on the Irishman Shane McGurk, and that'll be the last match on Wednesday evening. So
100.
whoever comes through will have a late night then. But then they'll have a day off on Thursday to prepare for the quarter-final. So you could say it's a pretty good slot to have.
Yeah, I think this is a very favourable draw. For time-wise anyway, not for opponent.
140.
Really impressed with Jun's first six at the moment. He's playing fantastic. Brennan's hit multiple 2 triple starts in multiple legs.
80.
And by shot 9, Jun's either in front or very, very close, just through good game management, good board management, good play. Commentators curse again.
49.
We had to have one tonight.
Yeah,
didn't we?
I'm doing it all week. Next time I try to say something like that, I'll just give myself an uppercut.
79.
But with a ton here, he's probably favourite for the leg. Because these are the shots that Brenda's been struggling
Brandon,
with.
you require 124.
He's either hit a 20 and then a 1 or a 4 or a single. Just left himself something funny. At least I cursed him in the right way this time.
102.
Could have been for the game's first ton plus checkout. Is that accolade going to go to Jun? He's treble 20.
56. Brandon, you require
22, a tricky little double, but it's straight. Refocus again, over for the 3. Double 4. And again, Jun's just put himself in that position where he gets a shot. Every time, if Brendan makes a mistake, he's got himself in positions to take shots.
Well, that first dart wasn't close to 16. But just like Brandon in the last leg, he doesn't let it deter him.
And And another missed opportunity for Brandon there.
Third
Could have been
ladies,
2-0 up, shooting for the game.
Game on.
Well, two legs in his belt for the match.
41.
Now, if he wants to win it in this set, he's going to have to do it twice against the arrows. But John's given him an opening.
60.
He cursing another missed opportunity.
95.
A little bit of impatience there from Brendan. Chased the triple with the first dart. But Jun, on the other hand, he's just stuck to his gun, his game plan the whole way through.
140.
I think on the conversion rates, Jun's doing quite well here with the scores above 100 and above 100.
123.
Brenda's converted a lot of shots himself with 2 treble walks. For ball or staying?
43.
Yep, those are the scores on the doors.
It's a great shot, great timing.
177.
Second time we've seen Brandon pull off that party trick, the 177. He is in the box seat. Really clever ball management.
142.
It was a brilliant shot.
Brandon will require 58.
And Brendan has to take out 58 for a 14 dart leg.
Jun require 40.
Jun's put himself in the box seat here. As she said, through good game board management.
Game 10 of the third, Jun Matsuda.
I do wonder whether almost the cleverness of the 142 maybe put Brandon off his stride, because it was excellent work from Jun.
It's just putting Brendan under so much consistent pressure, and there's nothing special. There's no blistering 180s or back-to-back 140s. It's just good gameplay. For the most part, Brendan's been absorbing all of that pressure, but now he's got to put it back onto it himself.
99.
He said in the early parts in that last leg, he just seemed to be chasing the triple instead of sticking with his game plan that's been working so well for most of the game.
97.
He's given himself a bit of a breather. He's taking his time now. Taking a bit more time to settle and focus. I like it. It's a good move. And now he's got the opportunity to push ahead and give himself 6 darts to the double.
Gets him down to a finish, but it's a long-range one.
Yeah, Jun just needs a ton or a 140 here, and you put him in as favourite for the leg.
81.
And now
Brandon, you require 154.
Brandon's got 6 darts from here.
Costly slip for Jun, leaves a bogey number.
This is where I go back to say your B game. You need to get your B game right, your discipline. There's a difference between your A game and your B game. Is your A game, you'll be firing, you'll be hitting everything. Your B game is the discipline game that you need to rely on, and missing the big numbers straight off the bat. You know,
46.
you're shooting at 108 and 8 now instead of, say, a 70 or an 80. Got to step aside for the 57. 82, bullseye. Should be the route. Length of the 14.
Junior require 117.
Don't mind that, Dot. $17 for tops. And again, Jun's just put himself in a position. Give himself a shot.
97.
And now Brennan has to come back for a tricky little shot.
To set dart gone for Jun. Would have taken us all the way.
Push the cider a little bit too far.
Could be a very happy accident.
60. Junior require 20.
It's a harsh thing because you want to put yourself a cider there and give yourself that little bit more margin for error. Pulled it a little bit too close. Jun here for 20.
10. Brandon, you require 8.
Taking his time.
Brandon allowed an 8th visit to the board. And Gale is double 4. And if Jun Matsuda loses this next leg, he is out, and Brandon Weening will become the first Australian winner this week.
Jun shouldn't be thinking about the outcome, and he isn't. He's just settling into his process, doing what he's done all game. That's a better shot from Brendan. Good opener. Let your opponent know you're still there. You've got to keep going. But Jun, as he's done for most of the game, his first 6 have been electric. Nothing major, no 180s or back-to-back 140s, but just so consistent.
140.
That's a great answer from Brendan.
Both players stepping up when they need to.
Now it becomes a little bit of a funny battle now. How much energy does Brendan spend? Jun's given him an opportunity now, so you don't want to push too hard, but at the same time, you've got to stay focused. You don't want to worry yourself into missing. It's a great set. Great set. So many times in those positions, you'll just try and push yourself that little bit too much. I've got to hit a triple. I've got to hit a triple. You've got to change that mentality from I have to I can.
121.
It's a real test of bottle, and he could win with a 12-dart break on double 14.
93.
Would have been poetic. Was the one he started on.
You require 156.
This has to go, I'd say. The opportunity's on.
Well, Jun Matsuda has got plenty of fans in the guest area. They knew that was a big opportunity, a big moment.
It's a big moment here for Brandon. Taking his time.
Brandon, you require 28.
A tricky little double to be sure, but he nailed it in the first leg, convincingly. Down for 7. Oh, that might be a lucky bounce out there.
21.
And Jun for the steal. 3 match
Junior
darts gone.
require 56.
I do think the dart bounced out of double 19, on my first instinct.
Yep. That's the first real false shot we've seen out of Jun. He's been fairly solid the whole
Brandon, you require 7.
the whole game.
Missed his last 6 attempts at a double to take us to a 5th and deciding set. The big 3 is safe, and so is the double 2. And finally, Australia has something to celebrate at Lakeside this week. The Python slithers his way into round 3. Jun Matsuda made a game of it, but ultimately he faltered at the final hurdles. Strong performance from Weening, particularly with the scoring. If he tidies up the doubles, he could be a danger. Brandon Weening wins 3-1.